I'm having a really hard time seeing the vision for what Buffalo is doing in the offseason with just some of the signings that they've made, some of the trades that they've made. It's been a little bit perplexing to me. I'm not seeing it right now with what Brandon Beane is doing up there in Buffalo. Start with the DJ Moore trade. I mean, you gave up a second round pick. That is bad enough. You guaranteed all that money. That's bad enough. He's also just like not that great of a player at this current stage in his career. And Buffalo's fans' argument is essentially that he's an improvement to what they had. And that is true. He is an improvement to what you previously had at wide receiver. The wide receiver room is better now than it was prior to the offseason. That is absolutely true. But we're talking about value here. We're talking about mortgaging a legitimate asset, a second round pick this year, for a guy who there's a real chance the rookie that gets taken with that second round pick could just end up being more valuable than DJ Moore is right away anyways. With how good and deep I think this draft class is, you could talk me into saying like, hey, there's a real world where, just throwing a name out there, Omar Cooper Jr. is better than DJ Moore right away. I could absolutely see it. The Bradley Chubb contract, they signed him yesterday. It's just about as bad as it gets, man, for a guy who is very clearly declining at, I don't want to say a rapid rate, but at a rate that it should scare you to not give him a multi-year deal. But that's just kind of Buffalo's thing, is giving pretty mediocre to bad old pass rushers multiple years of guaranteed money. That's kind of like their favorite thing in the whole wide world to do. Doesn't really exactly make sense to me, but they continue to do it over and over and over again, and Brandon Beane gets promotions because of it. So my fear with Buffalo is they have so much room to make up in the draft. And the Dawson Knox signing and the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson signing, they're whatever. I do like the D. Alford signing for Buffalo. I think that's a very underrated pickup for them. Buffalo has put themselves in a position where they have to nail a bunch of picks, man. They have to nail a bunch of picks. You lose David Edwards in free agency. That would have been a huge name to retain if I'm Buffalo. Instead of working on re-signing Dawson Knox, and I understand why Joe Brady wants to keep Dawson Knox. I think the 13 personnel stuff can be really, really valuable if you have a tight end 3 as good as Dawson Knox. So I kind of get that from Buffalo's perspective. But just looking at it overall, the amount of work they'd have to do in the draft with now one second round pick down the drain. I don't want to say down the drain, but obviously you lost a second round pick in the DJ Moore trade. It just, your margin for error is slim to none, and they're one of the few teams in the AFC